कुंज बिहारी। जयो गोपी जन बल्लभा गिरिवर धारी। जयो गोपी जन बल्लभा गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जयो राधा कालचंजी राधा कालचंजी राधे। जयो राधा कालचंजी राधा कालचंजी राधे। जयो राधा गोविंद राधे। Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Gurudev, 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Jayo Jayo Shri Caitanya, Jayo Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Jayo Shri Caitanya, Jayo Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jayo Jayo Shri Caitanya, Jayo Nityananda. Jai Advaita Chandra, Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrta ki, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Praying at the lotus feet of my spiritual master, our dear most Srila Prabhupada, and all the Guru Vargas, may I speak few words in the glorification of our dear most Shri Krishna, dear most Lord Shri Krishna, who has all appeared in the Kali Yuga as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there is no difference. Both of them are avatari. So in his glorification, for the pleasure of the Vaishnavas and for my very own purification, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Mukum Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Shri Guru Deenataranam Shri Chaitanya Madhavam Shri Paramananda Ishwaram. Kathanchana smite asmin dushkaram sukaram bhaved vishmite viparitam syat Shri Chaitanya namami tvam. Hare Krishna. So we are in Chaitanya Charitamrta, Madhya Lila, chapter 9, text 156 onwards we will read. So if you want to pull it out on your phones, since we don't have the screen, by the time you pull it out, I will just give you the reference where we are. This is now, Mahaprabhu is in South India and he's touring. And he has come across this Brahmana who was illiterate and he was reading Gita upside down. The book was like this, ulta. And he was materially not educated enough. So everybody made, other Brahmanas made fun of him. And then Mahaprabhu saw him and he said, why are you crying, and what are you reading and why are you crying? So he said, I'm murkha, but my guru gave me this order to read, so I'm reading, I'm following guru's instruction, even if I'm murkha and I do not understand Shabdartha, still I'm reading it. And then Mahaprabhu, hugs him, embraces him, saying that you have understood Bhagavad Gita, because he was crying. Why was he crying? Because Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was ready to be chariot driver of Arjuna, of his devotee. So he said, this makes me cry, seeing how Bhakta Vatsal, how merciful our dear Lord Krishna is. So that's where then he comes to Venkata Bhatt. Venkata Bhatt was one of our 6 Goswami on the altar, if you see. He was Gopal Bhatta Goswami's father, and during Chaturmas, the 4 months monsoon season, Mahaprabhu was residing with Venkata Bhatta, and he has a relationship of friendship, Sakhya, with Mahaprabhu. Venkata Bhatta and Mahaprabhu had a friendship relationship, and Venkata Bhatta was worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. So Mahaprabhu started teasing him, saying, how come, you are worshipping Lakshmi Narayan, and then why is your Lakshmi? First he raises 2 things. He said, your Lakshmi is so chaste, still she wanted to enter rasa dance, why so? So, Venkata Bhatt, being very learned scholar, he replies like there is no difference in Vishnu Tattva and things like that, And then Mahaprabhu said, and first of all, she tried to be with Krishna, and then second of it, she didn't get an entrance. Why so? At this point, Venkata Bhatt say, you are the Lord, you have unlimited, Leela, unlimited pastimes. You would know why Krishna does what he does, because you are him. So, Mahaprabhu teaches him the supremacy of Krishna, and like how Krishna has 4 extra, like Vishnu has 64, Narayan has 64 qualities, but Narayan has 60 and Krishna has 4 more extra. We heard about Roop Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, etc. And then wholeheartedly Venkata Bhatt accepts it and says, you know the most, and things like that. And then eventually Prabhupada also through purport, and Mahaprabhu said it's an offense if we ourselves have any difference in our mind. If we try to differentiate between Ramchandra, Vishnu, Krishna, all this, because Tattva is there as potent. It's Leela what makes Krishna, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's where we are. That's a little recap. So we are reading from 156. And I did not think much, I did not meditate upon the class, so I beg forgiveness from you if I waste your time. Please pray for me that I speak something valuable so that you can take something home, we can take something home from today's reading. One thing I was thinking, because these are, bunches of, it's a series of Bengali verses, which I'll be reading. You can read along. And I was not sure what to speak, then few things were coming up. So I would share those thoughts with you. One thing to start with, I was, because Krishna Balaram Temple, Vrindavan, is going to complete its 50 years of construction. And so what they're doing, the YouTube channel, what they're doing, they're taking, Siddhanta Prabhu, who made this series of Prabhupada memories from Prabhupada disciple, and put it together. Whatever is relevant to Krishna Balaram Mandir, he has, put everything together in clips and put it on Vrindavan channel. It's called Vrindavan channel. So if you go, you will see recent videos, it has Prabhupada memories. So one of the memory that I have been thinking, and I thought I must share with you, is this. I forgot, because there are so many disciples in one video itself, so I don't recollect the name. I forgot to check his name, but Prabhupada's disciple, he was saying that after Prabhupada, left our material vision, there was a person called, you would have heard if you have read Leela and Prabhupada's memories. His name is OBL Kapoor. He was a friend of Srila Prabhupada. So this person, because everybody was more into taking Srila Prabhupada's disciples' interview, and memories. So he went to Srila Prabhupada's friend, who knew Prabhupada before Prabhupada became Prabhupada, or before Swamiji. So he was a pharmacist, he was in the pharmacy, Srila Prabhupada. And then OBL Kapoor was saying that he went one day to Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, as soon as he saw OBL Kapoor, he gave a tonic and saying, take this tonic, this is very good for your health, you should take. And then Mr. Kapoor said, I will take this tonic. Can you give me the tonic that you are taking? So Prabhupada said, what tonic am I taking? So Mr. Kapoor said, Krishna Prema. And Prabhupada says, I don't have that tonic, but I know the formula to that tonic. Can any of you guess? If you have not watched only, then you can tell otherwise. Can any of you guess what could be the tonic for Krishna Prema? No, he gave a mantra actually. Yes, Prabhu. Did you watch it? Did you watch the video? Then you get the point. So, because I thought it is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because through Hare Krishna Mahamantra we get our Siddha Swarup, etc. I was hearing through Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prabhupada's recent quote I was reading, where Prabhupada said this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and even Indradimna Maharaj was saying the same, surprisingly, when Krishna sends you some message, it's through many sources at the same time. It's so amazing and magical and unexplainable that, that Krishna Naam has all the Krishna Leela itself. That's why we see when, Rupa Goswami, when he will chant, he will see also at the same time his television will run on. It's not like he has to bring his mind back to the mantra. The moment they chanted the Krishna Leela as a background, it's like watching a TV with the remote control, this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, and they're seeing the entire pastime going on. So this is how, for elevated soul, it happens. So I thought that will be the mantra, but then he said, Trinadapi suni chena taroreva shahishnuna amanena manadena Caitanya sadhari. And then Prabhu, the one who went to ask OBL Kapoor about Srila Prabhupada, he said every line how it represented Srila Prabhupada. Trinada will be humbler than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. Don't expect any respect from anybody, but give all respect to everyone. And at such a state, you can chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra all the time, Caitanya Sada Hari. And then he said, this is what. And then Prabhupada said one more amazing thing. And mind you that this time Prabhupada was like a grihastha taking care of family. And then he said, this is the formula to Krishna Prem. And this is the formula I want to preach the entire world. I'm paraphrasing. You can go and watch the real thing yourself. And he said, this is what I want to preach all over. Even when he was taking care of pharmacy, to a certain extent family, but his mind was still reeling for us, thinking that he has to take care of the world and preach this amazing mantra of being humble. So I was thinking how amazing it is. Coming back to today's verse, I had few more thoughts like, when we go to Krishna, it is, I don't know for you, for me, someday Krishna looks, I feel more emotion for Krishna, whatever it is. It might be my speculative emotion or whatever it is, real emotion. I feel someday Krishna is more attractive, or I am more attracted to Krishna than some other days. Like when Manjwali Mataji dresses, I don't feel like moving anywhere. Like even if I keep taking picture, I feel like keep taking picture, this angle, that angle. And the eyes are, but then when I'm talking absolutely for myself, and you can see if it resonate with you, on that days it is so easy to forget the devotee from the in-between who is bringing you closer to Krishna, and you think it's Krishna and me. I am so great, I feel so much love for Krishna. But it is another devotee who is bringing your love to Krishna to another level. Like when Raso was singing Kirtan, we all were dancing, and we are saying Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Radha Kalachandji, and that love was, all of us were feeling that emotion for Krishna. But she is the reason for us to, increase that emotion for Krishna. What I feel that we all should, in such situation when we realize that another devotee is bringing me closer to Krishna, before we pay obeisances to Krishna, we should, say some prayers for that devotee for his spiritual or her spiritual growth. Because it's devotees who bring us closer to Krishna. It is some devotee who gave us prasadam. It is some devotee who spoke about wonderful leelas of Krishna. It's some devotee who made us realize how wonderful Krishna consciousness is. And above all, it is Srila Prabhupada who gave us this beautiful life. Even if material life seemed to be often so nasty, so not worthy living often. As you age more, you will realize it. But it is Srila Prabhupada who gave us spiritual world even in the material world. Prabhupada did call his, his temples as oasis because it's the savior for us. You feel so relieved. We have seen even those who have not taken up Krishna consciousness fully in their life, even they feel so, relaxed and happy when they come to temple, the peaceful atmosphere. And it is all because of Prabhupada. So we always show our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada for giving us this beautiful life, and also the devotees who are constantly, either through prayer or by action or somewhere or the other, they have helped us, and that's why we are here. And they have been helping because Krishna shows his mercy through his devotees. So we should always be grateful and not forget when we are making a relationship, Sakya, Dasya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, all that relationship, it's wonderful, but it is coming through some devotee. So may we always remember those devotees and be grateful, because that pleases Krishna very quickly. It is very difficult, I feel, to please Krishna, I feel I can, displease him more frequently than please him. But the moment you appreciate some devotees, Krishna becomes very happy. Like, as soon as I came in the temple, I was thinking, today I want to be quiet, which might be funny to some people, those who know me. Today I want to be quiet, I don't want to talk, and I was thinking, then I will be, to myself more. And then I saw this wonderful devotee who usually visits us every year, Sanatan Govind Prabhu. And the moment I stood here and I saw him, I went running to him. I said, oh, you are here. And then I started talking, and then I told Kalachandji what to do. Your devotees are more sweet. Your devotees are sweeter than you. So, it's very hard to control ourselves, to not associate with them and not give ourselves to them. But then, so, Krishna is so merciful. He has given us scripture. He has given us everything. But above all, he has given us Srila Prabhupada. He has given us this wonderful Sangha, wonderful devotees. So we are very grateful for that. So, sorry if that was off topic, but Chaitanya Caritamrta is all about it. Like how Mahaprabhu, we will see how Mahaprabhu reciprocate with the devotees. We don't have the reading light, so I need to. (156) Madhya 9. Maniryatha vibhagena nilapitadibhiryuta rupa vedam avapnoti dhyana veda tatha achyuta. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. When the jewel known as Vaidurya touches various other materials, it appears to be separated into different colors, and consequently its forms also appear different. Similarly, according to the meditational ecstasy of the devotee, the Lord, who is known as Achyuta, the infallible one, appears in different forms, although he is essentially one. Purport. This verse is quoted from Sri Narada Pancharatra. Next one, 157. Bhatto kahe kaha mi jibo pamor, kaha tumi shei Krishno shakshat Ishwar. Translation. Venkata Bhatt then said, I am an ordinary fallen living entity, but you are Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. So, as I said, and Tulsi Sakhi Mataji raised a question last time after the class, last class, what language did they speak? And so we decided together it must be Sanskrit. So we know how learned Venkata Bhatt was. And what is he saying that? I am Pamar. I am a fallen soul. I don't know anything. And you are the Lord and you know everything. That's called humility, right? Because when we had Vishakha, Mataji and Dwarkadish Prabhu's class the other day, the home program, we were asking some question and Prabhu wonderfully brought that amazing question that Krishna asked, which Brahma? Like when Brahma once came to meet Krishna, and for those of you if you haven't heard or if we've kind of forgotten, like Brahma came to meet Krishna, and then the doorkeeper was there and he said, go tell Krishna I'm here. And then then the doorkeeper asked, and what do I tell him, who has come? Go tell Brahma has come. So Krishna, being Paramatma, also realized the pride that Brahma had in his heart. And Krishna immediately went, sent the doorkeeper, and he asked him to ask which Brahma. And meanwhile, what Krishna did with his mystical potency, he called all the Brahmas of all the other universes. Now Brahma's number of heads he has for us with his four-headed Brahma decides the size of the universe. Ours is the smallest. So he has only 4 heads, which mesmerizes us. But there are universes where I have heard, I don't know if it is out of ecstasy, the devotees said, but maybe Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that Brahma with 1,000,000 heads also came and followed. Okay, so that big of universes also exist. So all the Brahmas came and Brahma also entered. And they were all paying obeisances and their crowns were going clinging, ting, 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 like that. And all jewelry. And the moment Brahma saw, I am not the one, immediately got humbled. This is not to talk about Brahma, this is to remind us who we are. We might be very accomplished materially, by our appearance, by our wealth, by our whatever, knowledge. But the question to be asked is, which Brahma? If four-headed Brahma, from whom, Krishna gave us the Veda and things like that, we know what is Brahma's capacity. Krishna creates the primary universe, but the secondary, Swarga, Visarga is created by Brahma. So that's Brahma. Krishna asked, which Brahma? So the pride comes, we become this. We are big, so long we know we are servant of Krishna, we are servant of devotees. We have unlimited, we can do so much in this human form. But that so much becomes this much the moment it comes with a pride. Krishna will not, especially Kalachanji, will not take a moment to make us realize which Brahma. So we see how Venkata Bhatt, he was saying that I am Jiva Pamar. Pamar means I am a very fallen soul. I am somewhere Prabhupada given a different explanation also for that. I am really lowly and you are the Lord. So you know it. So, one symptom of a devotee is, even if he acts in a way which is not appropriate, the moment you make them realize, they immediately come to their senses and accept it. And when I also go through situations when Mataji, whoever is, I got some instruction right now, so that thought came to me. We immediately accept if it's a mistake. And even if it's not, you contemplate. We may not be aware it's a mistake, but so we come to senses, even if we are doing something wrong. As a devotee, we should always contemplate before we defend ourselves. Next one. Agado Ishwar Lila Kichui na jani, tumi jei koho shei shat. So simple, devotees are. The transcendental pastime of the Lord are unfathomable, and I do not know anything about them. Whatever you say, I accept as the truth. Purport: this is the way to understand the truth about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After hearing the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said very much the same thing. Sarvamitadrutam manye yanyam vedasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidur devana danava. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. Bhagavad Gita 10:14. It is not possible to understand the truth about the pastime of the Lord simply by using our own logic, argument, and academic education. We must receive bona fide information from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as Arjuna received information when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita. We have to accept the Bhagavad Gita or any other Vedic literature in good faith. These Vedic literatures are the only source of knowledge about the Lord. We must understand that we cannot comprehend the absolute truth by speculative process. So there is no speculation, right? So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4:34, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshantite jnanam jnanina tattva darshina. How do we understand this knowledge? Krishna is so merciful, isn't it? He is giving the knowledge and he is also telling us how to get the knowledge. He is telling, like, you have to be very humble, be very submissive, and then serve, and then ask your question very submissively. Your whatever, you might be curious about so many things. Prabhupada never stops us. That's a parampara we have, that we ask question. But ask in a way not to challenge, but to learn. Like, I know better than you, but you are saying something that does not align with my thoughts. So there's two things. One thing is, there are one kind of people who will not accept what the literature, scripture says. There are other kind who will take what goes with their thoughts, whatever goes with their thought, and reject rest of it, which is also called as Ardha Kukut Niti. Like, you have a hen, you take the back of the hen because that gives the eggs, and you reject the front because that you have to feed. So the literatures are, when you are taking them, you cannot say, okay, I like this part of Bhagavad Gita. It talks about that, I can keep things for me, but if I do like this, but then I don't like that part of Bhagavad Gita because Krishna is asking for full surrender. That's not how we accept literature, scriptures. Vedic scriptures, that's not how. If you're taking it, you take it fully. Now we may think, but I am not there to accept it fully in my life. That's where comes the humility. Where? Yeah, please. That's where comes humility. We can always pray the things that seems to be very difficult to follow. What we say, even to the scripture, we say that I'm not able, even Srila Prabhupada's purport seemed to be difficult sometimes. We just pray and say, I'm right now not able to comprehend this. Even if I comprehend, it seems because we have our own conditioning, we have our own nature. I'm not able to, apply this in my life. But I pray to you, Srila Prabhupada, I pray to you, Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that reveal this to me, make it practical in my life when I can start. But be surrendered. Instead of rejecting it, accept and, surrender yourself. And then trust me. It will be revealed to you and you will soon be able to, apply it as well. To whatever life, life is short in a way, but life is long enough to fulfill our spiritual desires. We may not be able to understand it today, but do not reject it. Do not say, okay, this is not true. Do not deny it. Say that this is the standard, but I am not there. But by Krishna's mercy, by Guru's mercy, one day I will be there. So there is nothing wrong with the scripture or the process. It's something wrong with me. And we keep praying for all the things that are not aligning with the scripture, and one day Krishna will bring it together. As Prabhupada said in the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 purport, that a pure devotee's will and Krishna's will are one and the same. There is no difference. Whatever the pure devotee wishes, Krishna also wishes the same thing. But in the sadhaka stage, in the initial stages, it's very difficult to think or align with Krishna's will. But eventually it will be if we remain submissive. The key is Sharanagati, and also, of course, Sharanagati, and with this mood of submissiveness that I accept it, but I'm helpless. This mood of helplessness, Prabhupada said we should cry like a child, while we chant. So this mood of helplessness that I'm not able to do it by myself. Of course, we will not be able to do it ourselves. It has to be some other devotee, or it is Krishna's mercy that gives us. As Braj Bihari Prabhu, when he was here, he was mentioning this point, that how we chant we have 3 stages of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. One is offensive chanting, when we commit all the aparadhas, offenses towards the holy name, and we chant. And then eventually we start realizing, and then we come to Namabhas. And then comes Shuddhanam. He says you can go from, this offensive chanting to Namabhas, but you cannot go to Shuddhanam by yourself. That is only Krishna's mercy. The holy name will be pure only when Krishna gives his mercy. But we cannot be arrogant about it, saying, okay, this holy name does not work, let me commit. Aise bhi kaam nahi kar raha hai. Why to be sincere towards it? You know that mood? Like it's anyway not working, and it has nothing in it, but my guru told me, or somehow devotees keep telling me, chant 16 round, I'm chanting 16 round, but it is anyway not helping me. So let me continue doing the offenses that I'm doing. But then there is no sincerity from our side to go to Shuddhanam. The desire is not there in our action. We may say, oh, I desire, but then desire has to reflect in our action also. Like if I keep looking into the phone and chanting, just an example I'm giving, I do look into the phone and chant. If I keep doing it, I'm not seeking in my action, I'm not actually seeking for Krishna's mercy. I'm kind of happy in the state though I'm complaining, I'm just complaining. Like the Jigyasu, Krishna says, 4 kind of people who come to him. One of them is Jigyasu, inquisitive. But they just ask question and they move on. You tell them everything, they don't need the answer. They just keep saying it. So some of us, we also have the habit of complaining, but not really work towards it. So chanting also is something like that. If Krishna sees us, our guru, our spiritual master, our acharyas, they see us doing sincere effort towards the service that we are doing, whether it is the holy name or any other service, we are sincere towards it. Of course we make mistake because we are human beings. As Venkata is saying that I am a fallen soul. So we all are there, but then the thing is, the sincerity is the key to get the mercy of the acharyas and Srila Prabhupada and the Guru, and of course Krishna. Srimati Radharani, she gives us the service. So just the thought. 18. Okay. Mora Purna 159. Mora Purna Kripa Koila Lakshmi Narayan Tara Kripai Painu Tomar Chorono Darshan. Very beautiful it is. I have been engaged in the service of Lakshmi Narayan, and it is due to their mercy that I have been able to see your lotus feet. You see, he has been sincere towards Lakshmi Narayan, and by their mercy he is getting the fortune of seeing the lotus feet of whom? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kripa kori koila more Krishnero mohima jaro rupa guneshwar je keho na pae shima. Out of your causeless mercy, you have told me of the glories of Lord Krishna. No one can reach the end of the opulence and qualities and form of the Lord, which are exclusive. The 4 qualities that we discuss are exclusive to Krishna and no other incarnation. Ebe she janinu Krishna bhakti sarvopori kritartho korile more kohile kripa kori. I can now understand that devotional service unto Lord Krishna is the supreme form of worship. Out of your causeless mercy, you have made my life successful simply by explaining the facts. We will discuss a little bit about it, and since it's already 8:20, we will get into further discussion. And if you have any question, any concern, we can talk about it. If you see, even in the verses, previous verses, how it's been told that Lord Ram, Krishna, Vishnu, they are Vishnu Tattva, and loving one is the same as another. Right? This is my question. This is not a gyan that I'm giving. It is my question for you to think about. For all of us who belong to this wonderful movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for us to think about that we do hear such things like, it's the same, because we tend to be offensive. We know, but then if that is so, previous to this, we have read that this Brahmana who will, since his birth, he got so attracted to the name of Lord Ram that he could not stop himself from chanting. So he'll go on chanting Ram. How he breathes, as he breathes, he will chant Ram, 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 Ram. And then he meets Mahaprabhu. Then he chants what? Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then he says that it is all because of you, because you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After seeing you, this you have done that my long time, like birth, childhood habit of chanting the name of Ram has gone and Krishna has taken the place of Ram. So my question, and now we are here seeing he was worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. Narayan is a form of Krishna. If it's all the same, why Mahaprabhu's presence changed it? Like if it is the same, let it be. Why it is Krishna Prem? Why it is Madhurya Ras? So for that, I was thinking this question to myself in the morning. And then, one moment, let me turn off this torch. And then I was thinking of this verse. This is Adi Lila Caitanya Caritamrta 1.4. Anarpita chiram chirat Karunaya avatirna kalau samarpayetum unnata ujjvala rasam swabhakti shriyam haripurata sundara dutikadamba sandipita sadaridaya kandare spuratau basachinandana. It is the reason for Mahaprabhu's appearance. May the Supreme Lord, translation, may the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi, Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chamber of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared. Pay attention especially from here. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before. The most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. If Ram worshipping, if Narayan worshipping, or any other form of worshipping, which is Vishnu Tattva, is as good as worshipping Krishna, worshipping him in Madhurya Ras, then why is this verse there? And then why is Mahaprabhu transforming him into a Krishna Bhakt from a Ram Bhakt? He was good. He was not meat eating, doing illicit things. He didn't need a transformation. And to such an extent, before Venkata Bhatt, he was not able to stop Ram Nam. To such person, why did he have to chant Krishna? It's a question for you. I'm not telling you what is wrong, what is right. But we also see in Caitanya Caritamrta this devotee, associate of Mahaprabhu called Mukunda Dutt. Bless you. Who was, everybody would be a devotee of Krishna. They will chant Krishna's name. But he could not stop chanting Ram's name. He was a devotee of Ram. So when he saw everybody, when you see your associates doing something, so you also feel, oh, am I doing something wrong? When the kids here, maybe when they're devotee kids, they go to college and they see they're doing something else. And you are doing Krishna Krishna, you will feel, am I doing something wrong? Doing Krishna Krishna, you tend to do what they are doing. What they're eating, what they're following, try to get rid of your shikha because you don't look like them. So you tend to be like others, following the crowd. So this Mukunda, he felt that, I am the only one who is not being a devotee of Krishna because his Ishta his worshipable deity is Ram. So, but then Mahaprabhu said, you chant Krishna's name. So he went to sleep. When everybody went to rest, he could not rest. And he came back to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, he was like, at the verge of, he said, I want to give up my life because my Lord is Ram. I cannot think of anybody else. I cannot help it. But then I am supposed to be a devotee of Krishna because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Worshipping him is the ultimate thing. So what do I do? Then Mahaprabhu showed him his actual avatar. He was an avatar of Hanuman. So he had to worship Ram. So Mahaprabhu accepted him in his association. So this is a point that we, can meditate on. And it's a thoughtful thing that, we are also going through. If this is the ultimate why Mahaprabhu is transforming us, and it's not that Mahaprabhu didn't let anybody remain a Ram Bhakta, And Mahaprabhu, I'm sure if he can, passing by, if he is transforming people just by glancing and giving some association, having lunch with them, he is transforming people from Ram Bhakta to Krishna Bhakta, and Narayan Bhakta to Krishna Bhakta. And that Krishna Bhakta is saying, by the mercy of you, by the mercy of Lakshmi Narayan, I have got Krishna Prem, or your association. If they are acknowledging that, they must be not, they are not like, like the people who today they think Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, tomorrow they say Durga is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, tomorrow they are not sure, they might call some politician as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These are not the people. These are the people who have been practicing Krishna consciousness or Ram consciousness or bhakti in some form or the other. But how come they got transformed? But Mukunda Dutt did not get transformed, and Mahaprabhu approved his love for Ram. Right? So that's a question you can think. And also this verse where in the beginning of Adi Lila, it is being told why Mahaprabhu gave, which no incarnation gave. That's the love, the rasa. And which rasa? It's the Madhurya rasa that he came to give us, which is being said the topmost of all the rasas also. Right? So it's a question you take home and think about it. I will pause here, please. On with your discussion and anything that you have to talk about. Yet we have 2 minutes. Yes. Need a mic? This to them, no? Do we have? Yeah, thank you. Meanwhile, one more thing that I was thinking, sometimes Caitanya gives you a lot of thoughts when you don't have anything of yours, I was thinking that when you forget to take care of yourself. I don't know about Krishna, but Caitanya, definitely he does not forget. Even if he has many servants, he does not forget to take care of you. So, when we are in this dham, we are in service of Caitanya, we should not worry too much about ourselves. That mercy of Krishna may not look like a blessing to you. It might be in the form of giving a service, or it might be in the form of taking away a service. But if we can, be wider in our vision to understand the Krishna like a mother. Sometimes she gives you wonderful pancake, sometimes she gives us medicine. But both are her love. If we understand that whatever happens in a devotee's life, whether it is materially something that we can appreciate, whether we cannot, it is still the love of Krishna. Please go ahead, yeah.
When we're asking a question or we're answering a question, how do we find the line between what is speculation and what is just curiosity or digging into something in like an honest way?
I have a very, stereotype answer for this, okay? And this is how I see it. Suppose a door is open and you are supposed to go inside the house and you don't see anybody. When you enter that house, how would you feel? 1 minute. 8:30 is the breakfast. Gopal Prabhu made wonderful khichdi. Those of you feel like, please feel free to have the prasadam, honor the prasadam. Thank you. We can go on. How do you feel when you enter somebody's house and you don't see anybody and you're still entering the house is open? How do you feel about it?
Awkward.
And suppose the house owner comes out and calls you, come inside. How will you feel?
Great.
You will feel comfortable, right? Similarly, in the path of bhakti, when we do something by our own, we will not be very confident about it. We will feel awkward. When we do something, what we do through what acharyas gave us, what our seniors are guiding us, we will feel very confident. So when we do something, what Srila Prabhupada told us, and then, this is my personal experience by hearing Srila Prabhupada for some years, as regularly as I can. Prabhupada not only just tells what's there in the book and in what he says in lecture, he tells you much more. He gives you a foundation. Like our parents, when they are raising us, they don't solve every problem of our life. After a certain time, we are of our own. But they gave us a foundation. So Prabhupada actually, through his lectures and books, he gave us a foundation. So when we are doubtful in our life, like, whether I'm doing this correct or not, one thing is by hearing, a prolonged hearing of Srila Prabhupada's lecture,
you will be more confident. As I said, it is like the, Krishna's person coming and opening the door for you to the spiritual world. Because we have a background of parampara. We have a lineage through which we are approaching Krishna. But same thing, if we speculate and do it, like, I think this is right. I think this is right, Then when I think, there might be a gap between what Krishna thinks and what I think. But when I do what Srila Prabhupada thinks, then there is no gap, because remember what pure devotees will and Krishna's will, one and the same. Coming back, but then, if we haven't heard or still there is confusion, we always go to our spiritual master. If spiritual master is not there, it can be anybody in whom we see they are following Srila Prabhupada. Of course, we are in ISKCON, we are all of us, especially the seniors, Prabhupada's disciple, they follow Srila Prabhupada. But then in whom you are confident, who is, in line, and then you reveal your heart, and you will also feel whether you are speculating or, like while doing service. If I am dressing, I'll tell you an example, okay? I'm being very open to you and I'm telling it on a mic. For Gaur Purnima, I wanted to offer Govinda feathers, not just peacock feathers, but the fake feathers. Of course, bird feather we cannot offer. It is story of, it may not be pure and etc. So I ordered from Amazon fake feathers, and I knew the dress color, so I matched the dress color. I made the feathers, 2 feathers I put together, put stones in it. It looked beautiful. And the devotee who was dressing Radha Govinda, I gave the feather. It's there. You can go and see Gaur Purnima picture. It is, the feather is there. Then then another Mataji told me, Mataji, once I gave feathered, piece, and for Krishna, Radha Govinda, for deities, she took the feather off and kept the main piece. Check with her once. So I went and asked Manjwali Mataji, Mataji, can we give feather? She said, we don't know the source of those feathers. They may be fake. I said, the site said, the Amazon said it's a fake feather. She said, you might go and check the source and things. But if once we allow it, everybody will start getting. And then what will happen? Some may check, some may not check. But I won't be able to go and tell everybody that what. So best thing we don't bring. So I returned the feather. I cannot give the paraphernalia. Krishna used it. So I kept those 2 feathers. Rest I returned it. Even if I felt like so much love giving that feather and seeing him, so he looked so wonderful with those feathers. But that was me. So I took Manjwali Mataji's guidance and she said no. So it is a no. And trust me, that will bring you more bliss than offering the feather. Does it make sense? And this is how it is. It may not be Srila Prabhupada always, but Srila Prabhupada is also giving us guidance through the wonderful devotees who have been serving for so long. Does it? So that's when we try not to speculate. Especially because we are actually told to serve Krishna, especially deities, as Lakshmi Narayan. Which Lakshmi Narayan Mahaprabhu, just took the bhav from Lakshmi Narayan and passed it to Krishna, Radha Krishna. But we have to reverse back, and we have to serve in the form of Lakshmi Narayan to reach to Radha Krishna's service. So we have to, when we are doing deity worship, we do it in awe and reverence. Not like, we don't bring our emotions. We do bring. It's not that we are like a, detached personality, let Govinda look however he wants. It's not that. You do it with the love, but then also with the authorities' permission. And when you're in doubt, always ask is the best thing. Especially spiritual life, I would say one thing. When you're in doubt, always ask. Don't speculate. It may cost a lot for us, may cost many, many births, maybe 8.4 million species. So especially in spiritual life, you can afford to, not that you do, please, you can afford to flunk in many things, your job, your things. It won't cost you births, but spiritual life will. Now that we know about it, so we be very careful in our service, in our understanding, our, I will end with this if you don't have any more questions, that Vishakha Mataji and Prabhu, Dwarkadish Prabhu was saying this, purify your thoughts. When you purify your thoughts, your words will become purified and so will your actions. I don't know if it's relevant to mention, but that point that was, on me, I've been hovering on me. So I was thinking that let me share this, purify the thought itself, the moment the thought comes, because in Kali Yuga you don't get sin for thinking sinful things. You don't get pap for, you don't pay for thinking wrong. But the problem with thinking wrong is it will come into your words and eventually into your action, and then you will get the the result for doing something wrong. So, else, or we will pause. Yes,
when you were mentioning the types of chanting, the Namaparad, Namabhas, and Shuddhanam, I was just wondering. So Krishna, of course, by his mercy we get Shuddhanam. But what are the symptoms when you attain that stage?
I was hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture maybe 2 days back, where Prabhupada is explaining. Rupa Goswami has a verse right now. It started with Tunda. That's a verse where it says, "May I have so many, tongues and mouth and ears." So that, this holy name Krishna is so attractive. Like, if you really like some prasadam while eating it, or if you really like some kirtan, sometimes happens, we have kirtan 50, we have sadhu sangha coming up. In the kirtan, when you sit, you feel that let this kirtan never get over. Let this class never get over. Let this prasadam never get over. That is what we will feel when we chant. And we see Rupa Goswami, so Prabhupada was saying, he can pray like that, because he is a pure devotee. And then he gave a beautiful definition of a pure devotee. We sometimes in our ecstasy, in our humility, we say, oh, this is a pure devotee. But Prabhupada gave a very clear definition of pure devotee. He said a pure devotee is a pure devotee who 24 hours think of Krishna, who is always in meditation of Krishna. So a pure devotee. So Prabhupada is saying, Rupa Goswami can chant like that, but for us, Prabhupada was being humble. We know Prabhupada chanted all the time. He said for us, even 16 is difficult. So, you will know actually. That's what Prabhupada said. Sorry if I say too many times Prabhupada said, because that's where I learned Krishna consciousness primarily. That when you're hungry and you eat something, any third person or anybody else, any second person for that matter, not even your mom, has to come and tell you that, Prabhu, you are filled. Who tells you? You yourself know it, right? Similarly, if you get Shuddhanam, you yourself will know it. Even Namabhas you will know, because it's been said, I do not remember the source right now, that, even Namabhas has such potency that your desires start getting fulfilled. Like if you think this is not right, that is not right. I mean, anything you think, that's what Namabhas is a very dangerous stage. What to speak about Shuddhanam. Namabhas is also a very dangerous stage where your desires will start getting fulfilled. It's kind of a, it's kind of a siddhi, that where your desire will start get. So you have to be very conscious. So Krishna has to be very careful when he gives us something that can, if we are not matured, we can, it's like giving a knife in the hand of a child. So only when we are qualified, and only Krishna knows when we are qualified, we will get, that might be our last breath also, when we get the Shuddhanam. Because after that we will not make any mistake, So, so yeah, keep chanting, keep praying to Srila Prabhupada. But we chant, but Prabhupada said by chanting, what do you desire by chanting? We desire to chant more. If you feel that way, then that's the success of human life. When we become, I was thinking, they look so beautiful today, that they look beautiful every day, they're beautiful by themselves, but but then seeing them so beautiful and you becoming so happy, oh Radharani looks so wonderful, that you don't feel like seeing anything else of this world. That's the perfection of these eyes. Sorry if I deviated and answered something else, but thank you. So we'll pause here. Thank you for your association. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrta ki. Srila Prabhupada ki, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.